Hey YouTube, Sweetknives here. Check this out. I kind of did this in reverse order, but I just sharpened this knife and I'm going to show you that in part 2. This is the Emerson Elvia SF and it is a sweet new blade. Check that out. Different. Very, very, very different. Very different design. This here is a unique knife that, and before I begin, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We go over tons of new content, tons of cool knives, just tons and tons of awesome stuff that we promise you will love. This one here was a collaboration between Ed Calderon and Emerson Knives. And for those that don't know who Ed Calderon is, he basically was in charge of a lot of the counter-terrorist groups battling the Mexican cartels for drugs and all kinds of stuff like that. And so Ed, for most of his life, carried a weapon as his backup weapon, and that was a knife. And it was actually a knife that his mom gave him, and she used it. It was kind of like a fruit knife, utility knife, and it resembled this as a fixed blade. Her name is actually Elvia, and that was the inspiration for this knife. This is the folding knife, but Ed liked that knife so much, he approached the Emerson Knives and asked them if they'd be willing to do a collaboration, and Emerson said, absolutely, we'll do that. So they used this knife for all kinds of things, but they found out it's good for utility and defense, and so that's the inspiration for this knife. Really, really cool knife, and I'm going to go over some of the details here in just a second, but just some of the basic specs. The handles here, G10. The liners are titanium. I'm going to zoom in. For those of you that don't really make a lot of big deal, this is some of the stuff that separates Emerson from many of the other companies. He doesn't screw around. I mean, they're using some of the most amazing titanium liners right here. So this part here is titanium. What does that mean? It's a lot stronger. It's more durable. It doesn't rust. Everything can rust, but this, I mean, titanium usually doesn't rust ever. And it's lighter. So lighter, harder, more durable, and just all around better. Now, it's a hell of a lot more expensive, but I love knives that have titanium, and I love knives that have that honeycomb G10. For some reason, that honeycomb type G10 just, it's not too grippy, but it's, it kind of sticks a little bit to your thumb, but not too much. And look at the clip here. I love that design. That's just awesome. Love. Emerson does great stuff. If you guys don't have an Emerson knife, pick one up. These are amazing. The finish on the blade here is stone washed. The blade and the grind are what's really, really neat. It's got this backwards type, curved blade, and then on top of it, it has what Emerson calls it, if you want to talk about their grind, this is called a conventional V grind with a chisel edge. So notice on this side, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. If I zoom in to this edge, it just goes from right here, that grind, basically all the way up. There's no secondary edge there. Now if I flip it, watch this. Notice here you got the grind, but now you got the edge, and that's sharp. That's what I just sharpened. And you can see it's a lot more sharp. Could have spent a little more time, but I'll tell you what, that'll cut you really good. This was a used knife when I got it, slightly used. That's the logo. Really cool logo as well, and I love that thumb disc. That works really well as well, and it's got nice curves. So everything about this, the chamfering right here, everything is super comfortable. So when you're gripping, like if you're doing fruits and stuff, you can easily do that. Doesn't hurt your hand. If you want to cut something, if you want to use it for self-defense, I mean, it's a wicked knife. It's just really wicked. I love it. And I'll zoom in here. This is kind of some of the markings. Elvia, made in the USA. Really nice knife. It's not very big. This is overall length 7.2 inches, blade length 2.7 inches, blade thickness 0.125, and I believe it's made out of 154 cm, so you get a good quality steel on it. These are really good knives, guys. If you're looking for an awesome knife, and Emerson stuff is collectible. I mean, if you guys are looking for knives that are going to go up in value, hint, hint, buy Emerson. These things are really kick-ass knives, and sometimes we get stuff for sale on the channel. If you're interested in this knife, shoot me a message. This one was sent in from one of my buddies. He wanted me to review it, and you know, as always, if people are interested, shoot me an email. I'll put my email right in the description. If you like this knife and you want an Emerson, let me know. I may have an extra, may not, but shoot me a message. I love Emerson knives. I own a couple different ones. I mean, they're great. I mean, what does it say? Benchmade recruited Emerson to work with. You know, they work with each other on designing different knives over the years. Company like Benchmade and other companies using Emerson, Ernest Emerson, for some of their knives tells you a lot about how good of knives they make and design. So truly great knives. Everything about them, they use top quality components. In fact, this is kind of a little known fact, but a lot of your elite special ops forces use Emerson knives as their backup weapon. So there you go. A lot of elite forces around the world are carrying Emerson knives. If you want some of the best that's going to hold up and stand the test of time, look no further. Emerson. You can count on Emerson. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate it. Check out part 2 here. I'm going to show you what it looks like when I sharpened it. I had to use curved stones. It wasn't easy. It can be done. There's more than one way to do this, and I did a fairly efficient job using mostly just lapping films, actually, because it wasn't too dull. So, hey, thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate the tune in, and leave a comment. Hit the like button if you like this stuff. Let me know what you think. Thanks again. Take care. Bye-bye. All right, guys, we got a really unique thing going on here. We got the Elvia Emerson SF, and what we're trying to do is sharpen this. It's got a very unique curved blade, so I'm using these curved ceramic wicked edge with lapping films, and I kind of got it dialed in. I'm probably at about 30 degrees right now. I don't know how well this is going to show up. I know that's pretty bright, but this is what the curved stones look like. They're actually curved. You can kind of see that a little bit right there, but I'll show you how this works. So I got 30, I think I'm on 30 micron right now, and I'm just working this bevel just like so, and you can go up and down if you're careful, but we're just working this one side as good as we can. That's working pretty good. In fact, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put on one new one here. Hang tight. I only have one set of curved stones, so I gotta manually change these. I gotta manually change these each time. Bear with me, sorry. It's kind of a pain in the ass. So those go on really nice, actually, onto the ceramic, which is pretty cool because I want those to be curved. And now I can work that. And it's working pretty good. This knife was pretty sharp already. If it wasn't, I would probably start with a lower grit. These ceramics are 4-600, so I could have just used them, but it wasn't too bad. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is, next one is 12. That's yellow. Whoo, that's really sharp. Alright, I'm gonna move on to the next one. Those can be reused, by the way. This is 9. We're just progressing through the various grits here. And I gotta put each one on because I don't have multiple curved stones. Here we go. This is a really unique blade shape, and you need a curved stone in order to be able to sharpen it. Alright, that looks pretty good. Let's move on to 3. And you can wipe it in between. Alright, that looks damn good. Let's go to 1. Last one, 0.5. Now what I'm gonna do, I got an extra 3 here. I got the other side set up. I wanna hit the other side really gently. The other side's just, you know, another unique edge, so we don't need to do much on that side. Just a teensy bit. And I'll do the 1 again. I think that's it, guys. I'll readjust and I'll show you what the finished product looks like. But thanks for checking out how we do that unique blade edge. Hang on one sec.